Hello, I like movies. Matter of fact,
I love them. I love them.
ask anyone who knows me, I will not let go of any opportunity to talk about movies. And when I talk about them, I talk about them at length. It's a lot like uh, neurodivergent people and their special interests, except it's me and like movies. That side, I can't help but feel like a phony sometimes, like a fake. And I want to talk about that. So, now to give you a deeper understanding of everything, I think it's best if we start from the very beginning. So, you see, in 1895, the Lumiere brothers premiered the first ever motion picture. I'm joking. Okay, so around 2 to 3 years back, my 10th boards got over, and I had a lot of free time on my hands. Like, a lot of free time. It was genuinely concerning how much time I had and how little I did with it. And there's a bunch of reasons for that. So, you see, uh, I'm not the smartest guy in a room. I'm above average on my best day. And so, thing is, in all the grades leading up to 10th and like throughout 10th itself, with all the stuff that I got caught up in, uh, I sort of had this thinking burned into my brain that okay, hobbies, extracurriculars, all this stuff, that's for the toppers, that's for the intelligent kids who can balance their studies and all that other stuff and still get good marks. Me, I need to focus on just my studies, only my studies. I need to get this right. And after boards, I'll have all the time in the world. You know, after boards, I'm gonna have the time of my life. And then after boards came, and then I had no idea what to do because up until that point, I had never ever in my life invested myself in like picking up any kind of hobby or skill of any sort. So now, like any other aimless teenager with too much time on their hands, I did pretty much exactly what you'd expect me to do. I spent all of that time like doom scrolling and doing fuck all basically. I have this weird like ambivalence with it where like I get caught in that loop of scrolling, but then like after like a few minutes max I get like overwhelmed, and then like I close the app, and then like I switch it off and like okay, I'm done, I don't want. But then again I start getting like it's like crack addicts when they start like burning up on the inside so they can like get another hit, uh, and so then like I'd start scrolling again and then that cycle would repeat, and so that was that. But then eventually I'd go and watch TV, and now TV. What happened is my parents, bless their souls, they bought like 7 subscriptions, like streaming platforms, and so I had like the world at my fingertips. I could watch pretty much any movie I wanted to watch, and so I did. Like initially, it was more of just like watching like movies I'd watched back in the day as a kid, like catching up for like nostalgia. So like I started watching movies, and then I started getting into them. Like I started developing a taste for it. I'd watch movies more often. I didn't doom scroll as much. I'd spend more time watching movies, and like just being more how do you put it, engaging with them on a you know deeper, more serious level. And so like that happened, went on for a while, and you know I guess it's a lot like gay people. Like they don't start out knowing that they are gay. They have some level of awareness about it for their entire life. But then things culminate, and at some point they realize that like, oh, I guess I'm gay. And like that was me with movies. Like I was like okay, I guess I like movies. No, I guess I'm a cinephile, and that's my origin story, my cinephile origin story, and I hate it. I hate it, and I don't think I've ever really told anyone about this before, and for good reason, because a lot of my friends who are also into movies, they have such like heartwarming, adorable stories about how they got into films. Like usually they have like some like family member, maybe their grandfather or their father or their mother or so on, who was also into movies, and then like they got them into it. So they'd have like DVDs that they'd watch together, or like maybe the entire family would get together and watch it. And then there's me. I feel like my entire like journey of getting into films can be summarized by that one meme. Dudes will turn 13 and make one of these their entire personality. So like that's me, and it doesn't sound very nice to tell now, does it? So then I made up a complete like bullshit story to tell, where I was this kid who was supposedly obsessed with movies ever since I was like a wee little boy, and like I would watch them all the time and all whatnot. And it's not complete bullshit. It's like a half truth or like a quarter truth. I mean, I also did have DVDs, but the thing is, the only DVD I ever got my parents to buy was Bol Bachchan, because for some reason I was obsessed with that movie as a kid, and I'd watch it like it was like a food craving. Like whenever I felt like watching Bol Bachchan, I'd be like, tell my parents like, get the CD, I want to watch Bol Bachchan. My story is kind of like dog shit about like how I got into movies. Like yeah, I just got into it, uh, and like even my like love for movies as such, it's just kind of like whatever those like avoidant attachment, trauma bonding, limerence type bonds, because there's people on one end of that's of this spectrum, like Bong Joon Ho, this one filmmaker. The man wakes up at 5 o'clock in the morning and watches a film every single day. It's like his morning coffee. He can't go about his day without like he needs it. And then there's me. There's been times where I go like months without watching a film, and then there'll be times where I watch like 3 films in a day. And so now we come to the intellectual discourse that surrounds movies. This is the aspect that makes me feel like the biggest fraud, like like a wolf in sheep's clothing, like I'm pretending to be someone I'm not. Because I don't know if I said this before, I am not the most intelligent person you will know, uh, and so a lot of things they just fly over my head, like whoosh. I'm not the best at like catching subtext, symbolisms, representations, and whatever in films or like anything for that matter. Like before films, I used to read books a lot. I lost the habit again because of boards and whatever, but I've been getting back into it. And even like now when I read books, I never really like pick up on deeper meanings, or like like I was saying, like metaphors or whatever, and like philosophical themes. I just can't pick up that stuff. It just doesn't happen to me. I am able to appreciate the book for like the ideas they express and the themes they touch upon, and like I guess there is some like slightly below surface level understanding of what's going on, but then overall I feel like when I appreciate the books that I read, I still feel like I'm just appreciating like just the surface level stuff, like oh yeah, like I thought this line was really deep and profound, when maybe it's not, maybe to some like seasoned literature connoisseur it's like child's play. And that's my problem. Like I need to be given, like I need to be like drip fed. It needs to be literal for me. Like I understand things when they are literal, or when like the metaphor is obvious. When it like I don't want to be like spoon fed everything, but then like don't make me like jump through hoops to understand things. I won't. I'm lazy. I will give up. So yeah, I feel like fraud because I see all these people, like I follow like a lot of these film pages on Instagram and whatever, and they come out here with like paragraphs about what the curtains being blue means, and I'm over here, I'm just like, yeah, it was a cool movie. I liked it. It doesn't do every movie justice. I feel bad about it because every movie is so special in its own unique way, and then I just like dumb it all down. But then I must say, like, over the years, I have honed my observational capacities. When I watch a movie now, I can appreciate like everything that went into making it, like, the direction, the shots, the sound design, the music, cinematography, lighting, and all that. But then again, if you look at it, that's still just surface level. That's the text. Everything that's presented to you directly, that's all text. What you interpret out of it, that's meant to be subtext. So like, I still, I'm like, I mean, every once in a while, I watched uh, one battle after another, and I was like, yeah, this is about America, like current American political climate. I still just watch movies, and like the first question I ask myself, did I have fun watching it? Yeah. I am like very much a person like you should experience the movie instead of like sitting down while watching it to critically analyze everything that goes on into it, because then that just ruins the experience. Like, I'm stupid, but I'm not that stupid. I know, like, when you're watching a movie, you sit down, you like give it your 100%, and you just feel it, you let it wash over you. Okay, when you're trying to critically analyze everything that you're watching, you're basically putting up a wall in front of you and the movie. You're just blocking it. Okay, but then for me the problem comes in when I do have to like look deeper. I could never critically dissect them if my life depended on it. I don't like the term cinephile. Like cinephile, like, it's dangerously close to pedophile, and I'm just like, they could have come up with a better term for this. Like, nerd, yeah, film nerd. Like, I'm a film nerd, like, because I'm nerdy about films. But then like, cinephile is more classy, and it implies that you have this higher knowledge. And so I like to pretend I'm a cinephile, but I don't know. Am I? I guess we'll never know.